At our top story, tomorrow will mark 2 years since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Russia has made some gains on the battlefield in the past few months, and delays in weapons deliveries from Western allies have been bad news for Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the fight is very difficult along parts of the eastern front line, where the Kremlin's forces captured a strategic city last week. The overall number of Ukrainian and Russian military casualties has not been made public. The Russian invasion has killed or injured hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians, destroyed cities, as well as forcing millions of people from their home. And with tomorrow being that 2-year mark, we're taking a look at how people from the Ozarks have helped out. More than 14 million people have fled their homes. That's according to the United Nations. But within a few weeks of the war's start, Convoy of Hope here in the Ozarks began relief operations in the country to give people food and essential items. Color 10's Joshua Panetta spoke with a few people who have seen firsthand what the destruction is like inside Ukraine.
I spoke with Joel Colin with We Stand With Ukraine, who's one of Convoy's many partners in the country. And he tells me when the war first began, he just found out that his wife was pregnant. And then they had to leave their home after getting word that the Russians were getting close.
He could hear the cruise missiles and planes going over his house. And so he called, he said it started.
Colin and his wife are now living in Lithuania with their baby. But he says he still travels back and forth to Ukraine every month for work. He says he's helped set up a network of over 400 churches that can receive an 18-wheeler with food and supplies for people in need. He says over the last 2 years, they've been able to help over 6 million Ukrainians. This is a video of a convoy partner vehicle being hit by a drone strike, and what the van looks like after. I'm told the people inside and all of Convoy's food supply were hurt. But Colin says this is an unfortunate reality of what people are dealing with every day in the country.
People leaving the city, I mean, the lines of cars, and just people walking, have a backpack on and 2 grocery bags, walking out of the city, heading somewhere.
The nonprofit has provided more than 50 million meals and donated thousands of clothes and essential supplies. Christian Rodriguez with Convoy of Hope says he went to the Poland-Ukraine border 3 days after the war began, and he says seeing the huge crowds of people fleeing the country was heartbreaking.
And the toughest part was that initially when the war had begun, the men were asked to stay and were drafted into the army. And so we just saw this multitude of women and children coming through the border. And each one of them had traveled so far. You can see the tiredness in their eyes.
And Convoy says they will continue to provide aid to Ukraine as the war continues. Reporting in Republic, I'm Joshua Panetta, Color 10 News.